make one mistake, just try not to make it 3, you know, really.
Cooper doesn't have that top-end speed like Eli and Kenny have.
Maybe the most consistent rider in 2021. Oh, and Eli Tomac is down, and Barcia collected.
That last lap was a second faster.
So is Barcia okay?
It only took you 3. You thought you wouldn't even do it in 5. Believe.
You're just seeing the youth and inexperience of Jett Lawrence showing up.
It's Ken Roczen getting Ken Roczen going back-to-back in Indianapolis. Roczen pulling the three-peat in Indy.
This Ken Roczen is arguably the best Ken Roczen we've ever seen in Supercross.
Cooper is a shark in the water, man. Like, he's the master of that stuff.
Dang, Coop, nice to see you sweating a bit, man. Jeez, yeah.
Here's my theory on Kenny. He's honestly one of the more confident guys. Like, I don't think he struggles like most riders do with, you know, believing in himself, right? So I think he just took all these obstacles that rolled up in front of him, like the arms, the other arm, his brother-in-law getting hurt, getting sick, losing race in the last lap, and I think he was just like, yeah, whatever, man. That's not going to bother me. I think eventually it was too much for even he to take on.
Looking great. Just where he wants to be before the race on Saturday.
I feel like weight has kind of been lifted off a little bit because we've been doing good pretty consistently. Get good starts, keep the rubber side down.
I've had a couple of shit years, you know, and and it's definitely not for the lack of trying, believe me. But also, I figured out, I'm like, hey, I'm sitting this outdoor season out. I need to do something different here because something isn't working.
You gonna do some sprints?
Yeah, I'm gonna do like 5 one-lappers, but I'm gonna do a different line everywhere, every time.
Okay.
Whatever was going on with my body, I couldn't do it anymore, you know? And then you could see, you know, you obviously saw in the last couple of years, it just hurt me.
He's an all-new Kenny these days. It's awesome to see, too.
His attitude seems to be a little bit different. He seems to, like, not care as much. And I think that guy has had a hard time with pressure. I think it weighs on him heavy. And I think they got his mind in a place where, yeah, he's not allowing it to get to him.
Going all right?
Still fine. Can you feel my rebound down front and rear?
Yep.
I kept working and working and working, and finally I let the ego down, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of need to change here, you know? I need to approach things different. In the end, man, it's some very, very long days.
Oh, look, he's going to go up the inside.
There's a lot going on there. Obviously, these frustration over the last couple of weeks, he's been real big this year on the I'm not carrying anger from week to week, and then it really got put to the test.
Ken Roczen has been maybe the most consistent rider in 2021.
He was mentally strong, and I mean, I'm with you. I kind of didn't think he would respond the right way because he never really has, but dude, he was really, really good last night.
It's Kenny Roczen getting the win in Indy.
For him to like have to go through some stuff and come out on top after, of course, like a devastating race in Houston 3, that's big.
Someone is going to try to take control of this series tonight. Roczen takes it away.
Ken Roczen is on a mission. He knows he is right where he needs to be.
Ken Roczen got was the first repeat winner of the year. Points leader Kenny Roczen. He rode a pretty much perfect race.
When you watch him ride, man, he looks really confident right now.
Ken Roczen going back-to-back in Indianapolis.
Honestly, I'm taking it race by race. I know this is a very normal thing to say, but I feel like I have the right mindset this year to do that.
He just looked unreal. And his mental thing, I did feel Kenny was already showing that he had that revamped attitude on racing, even at the opener.
Roczen with a great drive on the inside. Does he have the power to get around?
Ken's a very savvy rider.
This Ken Roczen is arguably the best Ken Roczen we've ever seen in Supercross 2, going back to maybe
I wonder, yeah,
2017 level pre-injury.
Kenny Roczen with one more turn, and it's Roczen pulling the three-peat in Indy.
people asked him this question, are you as good as or better than the 2017 Ken Roczen before all of his injuries? And he says that I'm different. But style-wise, patience-wise...
Oh, he's way more savvy.
To me, it looks like this is the better version. This is 2.0 Ken Roczen, and I'm loving it.
His confidence is really high right now, and I think the baby has only helped his career. Probably even extend the career if I had to imagine.
Houston, 1, 2, and 3. Anything could have happened. We come into Indy, 1, 2, and 3. Ken Roczen took this thing by the neck and has owned it since they changed it venues.
Riri! She's right here somewhere. Rhea, come on.
Ken Roczen, you just swept Indy. You're going into Orlando. You're going back home where you train and where you live. But here's the bad news. Cooper Webb is in your rearview mirror coming forward. Would you want anybody less than Cooper Webb being that guy in second in points right now?
If you're Ken Roczen, no, because Ken Roczen knows exactly what Cooper Webb does on a white flag lap.
If you make one mistake, just try not to make it 3, you know, really try and Coop, if you, be careful, you're a little tight here and it's spinning out. Yeah. All right.
Cooper doesn't have that top end speed like Eli and Kenny have, right? Like in pure speed, he's not really as fast as them. That's not how he beats them.
You know, it's one thing if you make one which shouldn't be, that's why we're training, is not to have a mistake. But if it happens, not to turn it to 3. I feel like you can still make it work with maybe one slight little error, but if it's 2 or 3, you're done.
He beats them in a duel. Like he gets them down and beats them up. He's like a 9-round fighter, you know, like get it late in the match, and that's when he's good.
He's able to fight through whoever's in front of him. He was able to fight through Roczen to get the win. In Houston, he's able to fight through Cianciarulo and get on the podium, which is, you know, a critical aspect of winning this championship.
That last lap was a second faster when you did this.
So many compelling stories. Here we go. The greatest show on dirt on the line.
It is almost inevitable now. If he's reasonably close to someone in the last 5 minutes, you're like, he's going to get him and maybe 2 other guys.
Yeah.
And I've got to figure that now it's at the point where he knows it and they know it.
It'll be Webb who will grab 3rd.
Cooper is a shark in the water, man. Like, he's the master of that stuff.
This would be huge if Cooper Webb can get on the podium and salvage those points.
I honestly think just has those instincts, and it's not like Kenny doesn't have them. Kenny's one of the best riders in the world, but Cooper has off-the-charts instincts.
He needs to get better starts. I'm not sure what's going on with his start in the main event, but he hasn't really nailed that pole shot quite yet.
Obviously, it's overstated, but it really is important how stacked the class is. So, execute the start, and then his first 10 minutes, you just sprint, and that's where, you know, the guy winning has been so dang good.
Look how much room you got. Now I need to put barbed wire fence up so it'll keep you on the track.
I don't want to harbor too much on this point, but not being able to test, especially in Indy, you're in a snowstorm. There's no indoor motocross tracks you can go ride at or arena cross or anything like that. I don't want to harp too much on that, but if you're Cooper Webb, if you're Barcia at this point and you can't even test anything until free practice the following race, Kevin, that's got to play on these guys' minds mentally and also physically.
Dang, Coop, nice to see you sweating a bit, man. Jeez, yeah. Tighten up.
Pack on that winter weight up there.
I know, that's what worries me in those cold climates. I'm like, when you're cold, you want to eat more.
How many laps do you think Cooper Webb does at Baker's during a week, on a normal off week? 200, 180 to 160, 140 laps?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that. He's losing that. He's losing that testing if there was something to tweak. And you're changing an entire shock. You're not changing clickers. You're changing the entire part. You're losing all of that valuable time during the week.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So is Barcia okay?
I think so.
Okay.
He didn't look quote unquote hurt.
Oh, and Eli Tomac is down, and Barcia collected.
What a flip of a race. You know, just like that. Third and fourth, everything's looking good, everything's fine, and then just boom.
The 51 of Justin Barcia gets tangled up with Vince Friese, a lap rider, and then there's nowhere for Eli Tomac to go.
No personal space either.
Two guys, two championship contenders lose a ton of points.
Oh, clean pads.
What's that?
Clean pads. Did some laundry last night. Smells fresh.
I couldn't have did anything different. I was, in a race, and I just didn't expect the lapper to move over on me like that. So, not surprised, but you just move on, and yeah, onwards and upwards.
55.3 is ideal.
It's pretty quick. I think I could do that. Get 5 chances, sounds good. Think I can do it in 5?
Better.
Better to go fast. Smooth, fast.
Smooth, fast. No brakes. Trust your truck.
He was riding really well, and I love the way he bounced back after a horrible Indy 1.
Problems up front, Justin Barcia.
At Indy 2 and Indy 3.
I believe Eli's going to have to rough him up right here. 51 of Justin Barcia is just too good to get by him.
I don't think any of us on this call thought he would hold off Eli, right?
It only took you 3. Thought you wouldn't even do it in 5.
Would I do it in 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe.
Let's go ahead and give him credit, because after the freeze incident, just kind of like a Ken Roczen says, guess what? That's in the past. I'm going to Orlando to win races. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a new Barcia too. He's not sulking. He's not pouting. He's not blaming.
That's wasted energy. He's really delivering.
He's 42 points out of the championship lead. It's over. That was not his fault. I don't think he deserved that 19th.
He would have been around 20 back, 25 back.
Yeah, that would have been tough, but he could easily tell himself, no, man, I'm still in it. But now, that's going to be a hard one.
3 feeders, get into a groove, and then try to hammer the last couple.
I hate that he lost all those points, because let's face it, the odds of him getting back into it at this point are way out there.
He could definitely spoil it for one of the few guys that do have a shot, that's for sure.
My legs are so tight, so it's fun.
I agree 100%.
All right, cool.
Good job. Crushed it today. Let's go get it done in Orlando now.
You need Bam Bam as an ally. When it comes down to the last 3 rounds, and Cooper maybe needs to put a bike or two in between himself and Ken Roczen, and he's the guy that can do it. We got a lot of guys that can do that.
That's a good point, because in sport, if you can't win, be a spoiler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Jett Lawrence down. Jett Lawrence clips a tough block once again down on the dirt in Indy.
Definitely doesn't hurt with my arm up like now. Yesterday it kind of had a bit of a pain, but now resting it there, it's actually not that bad.
Good. Definitely has progress. It's like he went 50% the first day, 25%, maybe another 15. So if we can get him 90%, Jett at 90% is like most people at 100.
The one thing I loved about Jett Lawrence and his entire team, his dad, his agent, everybody, when they decided for him not to race that main after that rough night, it wasn't your night, Jett. I think it was a great decision.
I got myself into a pissing match with Colt for the fastest time, which I was stupid of doing, and I had the one crash in the woods, which wasn't a problem.
Oh, Jett Lawrence down again.
Jett, bad first practice, I think, but then he pulled it together.
I just had a bloody nose. I was still fine, like body-wise. But the one that really screwed me was just the one in the heat race.
Jett Lawrence clips a tough block and has nowhere to go, and once again, down on the dirt in Indy.
I just went straight to my head, kind of slash shoulder. And it obviously, luckily it wasn't broken. It freaked out because I had that kind of similar pain as A2.
You're just seeing the youth and inexperience of Jett Lawrence showing up. It's to be expected. I still think that the future for Jett Lawrence is incredibly bright.
He's progressed. We've been working on it every single day. He's got way more range of motion, way more strength. So we'll make a game time decision with the whole crew here in a day, because a lot of things can happen in one day.
It's so gnarly with Jett. I don't even think people fully understand that he's a kid.
Yeah.
Because you put a helmet on and you're in gear, you look the same as everyone else. He is a kid. there's probably not a kid that's had more attention than Jett since like James, Travis. Jett Lawrence reminded me that there was fans at Supercross. Jett comes on the mic and raises the roof on a stadium with 10,000 people in it.
I think you're just seeing a 17-year-old kid being a 17-year-old kid. So it's really easy to see why Jett has a tough time just putting consistency together, and that will come with age. That's just a maturation process that he will go through.
To me, Jett Lawrence deserves everything. He's helping grow the sport. He's getting cheers for getting fourth. He's getting interviewed after races. He's bringing...
He has a Pastrana-like following.
That dragon's back so bad. And then the top one's just a massive whoop.
We're starving for a cool athlete that has some charisma, that's fun, and, you know, somebody you can go hang out with. And there's not a lot of those dudes out there.
I would chip in, but I feel like I should stay out of the subject.
You've done enough riding, actually. That's probably enough for you today. Just relax. About 300%, you'll be good.
Should have bring my golf clubs. So I could have showed you like a little driving range.
Golf clubs?
Yeah, I got some freshies. We got like our own little driving range out the back down there. It's pretty nice. We need to get like a better mat though, because the mat's like, it's a thin grass mat on concrete, so it doesn't have much cushion to it.
You just whack it.
Yeah. A third place would have been flipping golden for how it went. Yeah, that would have been a win for me that night for how terrible everything was going.
Well, that was the great thing about that day is the whole thing was, hey, see if you can go make a little bit of money and just get another gate drop, get some more experience. And the fact that you got to racecraft that lesson with Colt was the best thing for you this year, nearly.
And I kind of wanted to have that last lap battle.
Yeah.
Just to get that feeling of having
the pressure
of someone there. Because
yeah.
obviously Colt needs those points and wants to have them.
Yep.
And I'm like, it's not like I'm really going for championship anymore, so I'm just trying to
make some moolah.
Make some moolah.
The one critique I have of Jett Lawrence, and there's not very many of them, is he struggles in chaos. He struggles when something goes wrong. There's a little bit of the chaos factor right now that he's got to figure out for longevity.
Yeah, he's 17 years old.
Will it be Christian Craig or somebody else? 250 main in Orlando is away. Lawrence on the inside gets a good start, and he's got the championship leader right behind him.
Jett did it. Led every lap. He was great. Got the start. Looked good. He told me his shoulder isn't still 100% at all, and so knowing that, it was pretty good.
The HRC factory Honda rider has looked great, and Jett Lawrence wins in Orlando.
It was impressive, I think, because I mean Colt has obviously been very good this year, and he could not get him.
Finally, I had a start that wasn't crap.
Happy, smiling, lovable, says no matter what he says, you love him. Yep. That's the Travis thing. And then, yeah, he's Travis Pastrana with good knees.
The only thing to do now is get moolah, and tonight I got the maximum moolah.
Bit of a win celebration, I feel. Might go home and have a cup of tea. Sorry, boys, bit lame.
Roczen just won 3 in a row. Webb, Tomac, somebody has to stop this guy. It's very surprising to me how good he is. You knew he'd be good, but this good? I don't know, man.
I believe that Webb is feeling a little bit of urgency to derail this Roczen train.
Yeah, close. 1000th again, right? Yeah, man. 8,000. Yeah, the first one was 9,000, now it's 8,000. That's perfect. I like it. You know why? First heat, but we had time. It's awesome. I like that baby.
Webb Roczen. Is there anyone else in this championship anymore?
Ready whenever you are, buddy. Looks a little slick, huh? No?
Ken Roczen, who wants his first title, and Cooper Webb, who wants his title back. The way those two are riding, they are all in. All in.
Here he is now. He's in the zone. He's getting himself ready. Trying to win 4 in a row. Orlando, 450 main. Let's do it.
This is interesting. Cooper Webb is in a perfect position. Lee did exactly what he had to do.
And look at this up front. Here comes Cooper Webb. Webb goes from 3rd to 1st. Just like that. Wow, Cooper Webb has come to play in Orlando. The gas of Justin Barcia. Not that far back. 1.6 seconds. Blankets the top 3.
although Kenny loses 3 points, JT, what are you going to do? You got to just, he won 3 in a row. I think if you're Kenny, you're happy too.
Cooper Webb is going to win in Orlando. Second win of the year.
With Kenny winning 3 in a row, it was time to stop him. And like, we all know how good he is. And 3 in a row, it was getting, 4th would have been too much. But now we brought it back with this win. I'm really hoping that this can be a turning point in the championship.
The difference between 13 points and 19 points is pretty significant. And it would have been the same real feeling leaving there.
Yeah.
But I think that 6-point swing is a pretty big deal.
Stay humble, keep it going, he rode really good. Got a little sketch at the end there, but I think the track got bad and a few mistakes here and there, but hey, we got the job done. That was a big step forward and he's happy and we just got to keep race by race.